Last fall, I was prescribed with prescription-strength vitamin D, amongst other things, to help treat my seasonal affective disorder. Or my SAD. I don't get to see much of the sun in the winter where I live, with all these lovely gray Midwest skies, and while I adore the rain and moody clouds, your body does, in fact, need that vitamin. And the supplement was fine. I guess it was helping, but I was secretly taking a second vitamin D last fall. The Mario Brothers, baby! Growing up, I never really cared about Mario. He isn't as immediately endearing as a character like Pikachu or Sonic, isn't as cool as someone like Link, and had just enough personality to not be a self-insert character. I loved Mario Kart, Mario Sports Mix, and a number of other Mario spin-offs on the Wii, and I really enjoyed Mario Galaxy, but I didn't like any of these games because of Mario. I didn't really care one way or the other about him, but the games were fun. I've played plenty of the popular Plumber's greatest hits over the years, but nothing truly captivated me until Mario Odyssey, which revealed something new to me about our mustachioed man. A charming, bubbly panache, a zest for life that recent Mario entries weren't capturing. Flash forward 6 years, and recent Mario games have come and gone, leaving me feeling the same lack of investment in the idea of Mario. The games have been solid. Bowser's Fury is actually really, really good, but all of these safe, sterile, Nintendo seal of approval certified Mario games don't ignite anything in me. So last fall comes and I'm on anxiety medication for the first time. The meds aren't agreeing with me, my sleep is terrible, and the beautiful fall leaves were all killed by an early cold front and heavy snow. And I was only making enough in my part-time job to barely pay for the gas to keep doing it. Suffice to say, not a great fall. But in between it all, there was one thing that was genuinely helping me push forward. Mario. Mario? After not really getting it growing up, I had this kind of bitter aversion to people who are Mario fans, like of the character. How can you be a fan of such a nothing character? I always thought it was really weird to be really attached to the IP or the idea of Mario. Like, really bland, boring old Mario? Originally, I wasn't even going to get Wonder. Money was too tight, and I was already going to make the reckless financial decision of buying Spider-Man 2. But Wonder reviewed unbelievably well and offered a glimmer of hope after I was kind of numb with Spider-Man. So in a moment of desperation, or maybe it was clarity, I filed a return for my copy of Spider-Man and downloaded Wonder with the last remnants of my bank account. I very, very rarely buy first-party Nintendo games digitally, but I was in such a desperate state that I needed the verve Wonder promised to me. And so this previously kind of lifeless mascot became a concentrated source of joy for me. There were many days I did not muster the energy to leave my bed. But if my Switch was in reach, I could grab it and play this wonderful bundle of life. And suddenly my blood flowed stronger, breathing came easier, and my will regained control of my muscles. It did not cure my depression, of course, and it didn't always make things better, but in the time it took me to play it, days moved on a little easier. As the year lamentably trudged closer to the holidays, my seasonal affective disorder. How am I supposed to take this seriously? It got more seasonally affective, more seasonally affected. Anyway, I've been reminded how much I relate to Charlie Brown.
I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel. Just don't understand Christmas, I guess.
My mom loved to watch the holiday specials every year, and as an annoying, edgy, early teenager, I begrudged this family tradition, but I always liked the Christmas one. Before I really knew how to talk about it, Charlie Brown is what helped me realize that there are people who aren't like this, that aren't sabotaged by complicated feelings at the end of the year. On paper, I love this time of year. Fall is my favorite season. I love winter and snow and cold weather and spiced drinks and hot chocolate and cinnamon and spending time with my parents and everything else that comes with it. Yet year after year, I always feel like I'm not enjoying it as much as I should, not enjoying it normally, or not even enjoying it as much as I enjoy anything else.
I just don't understand it. Instead of feeling happy, I feel sort of let down. You need involvement. You need to get involved in some real Christmas project.
That particular November had been harsh on me. Exhausted, bored of college, dreading the convoluted feelings I have about the season, reacting to the medication, etc. Again, I made a poor financial decision that left me with just enough money to buy my next tank of gas. And Super Mario RPG was installing on my Switch. Super Mario RPG was the exact perfect God-sent game at the time. While Mario Wonder was pure concentrated joy, it wasn't a terribly long game. Super Mario RPG isn't massive, but it's still an RPG, which meant plenty of time I could just sink in and relish the game, and by God did I relish. Beyond being something that was very comfy and cozy, perfect for crisp fall weather, Super Mario RPG has this weirdly endearing essence of psychedelics. It is so absurd and nonsensical, and captures exactly what is interesting about psychedelic art without any of the inherent horror. It is both an unmistakable product of its time, and yet an effortlessly, defiantly timeless work of art. Whimsical is a word that I think is overused to a slightly annoying extent, but Super Mario RPG is precisely that. Jacob Geller's Pinocchio video is one that has never left my mind, and one that I've watched quite a few times at this point. In it, he talks a lot about the joy that the original Disney animated film and the recent Guillermo del Toro stop-motion film take in their own construction. Much like Pinocchio, these films have been constructed from raw materials and have had life breathed into them. And there is an inherent delight in the craft that resonates with the message of Pinocchio. So it is no small coincidence that Gino is a wooden puppet brought to life by magic in a game that feels happy simply to exist. It plays off of itself constantly and enjoys the fact that it is a video game. It does not ever take itself too seriously, and it consists of many, many answers of yes to the question, would this be fun? Everybody was experimenting in the 90s, and there are so many things in this game that Nintendo would never even consider today. So much so that this remake was something that so many people never even thought was possible. And yet, not only is it here, it is a beautiful recreation and a firm dedication to the absurd glee that Mario can embody. While things would continue to be hard, Super Mario RPG helped me get through the worst of it, I think. While the timing and availability of these specific games have made a huge impact on my shifted perspective of Mario, I also realized that I just like Mario more as an adult. Meaning me as an adult. Not that I like Baby Mario, mind you. Far too many babies in Mario Kart 8. Anyway. While it isn't as unbridled and ridiculous, nor as magnificent as Wonder, the Thousand Year Door remake bears an unmistakable spirit. It is art that is thrilled to exist, and the Mario it depicts is treated like a youthful, classically handsome hero. It's this joke that the player is in on. He doesn't look anything like a dashing young hero from a storybook or a movie, but all the characters treat him like one. And this constant endearment towards him within the game never feels out of place because Mario is just endearing. And it seems like it wants to say that youth is a mindset. As long as you can find joy and life, you will always be young. Childlike joy is something that flows in abundance when you're a child, so Mario's pluckiness went unappreciated, and it is only now as an adult where I am chasing that sensation that I truly appreciate Mario. These immensely charming, unabashedly joyful games have helped me recognize why Mario has endured as such a lovable mascot. Mario represents fun, which is always at the pinnacle of Nintendo's design. If it isn't fun, why bother? And Nintendo has certainly had moments where that has come at the cost of other elements, like good stories, but in remaking Super Mario RPG and Thousand Year Door, I am optimistic that a corner has finally been turned. Nintendo is willing to embrace the adventurous spirit of the 90s again, willing to experiment and break conventions and take chances on properties with historically poor performance, willing to trust other studios to help make excellent games. And yeah, Mario and Luigi Brothership has missed the mark for a lot of people, and I'm far more annoyed by it than endeared to it, but it is still full of charm and life and heart. At their core, this recent batch of Mario releases encapsulates the ethos of the Switch, which, being largely remakes, is a little ironic, but the Switch has been all about reinvention and reinvigoration. So many Nintendo staples have been reinvented, and so many dormant IPs have gloriously reemerged. It sounds like a terribly corny sponsorship, but when I hold my Nintendo Switch, I feel happy, and a lot of it is because of Mario. Last fall was really, really rough for me, but I still remember so distinctly how genuinely happy I was while playing these silly Mario games. As adults, whether consciously or not, I think we all chase childlike wonder. We chase the rush of delighting in simple things. For me, being in my 20s is all about rediscovering how nice it is to be in the sunlight, or listen to the rain, or feel the wind. It's about having a favorite glass and delighting in having good knives in the kitchen. It's charming to have a favorite dish towel or hand soap scent. It's about relishing the finer things in a way that still feels like playing adult pretend. I pre-ordered the recent Mario Party game. I didn't play any Mario Party growing up. I have 3 hours in Superstars, and maybe played it a handful of times at friends' houses. I have no investment in Mario Party. But right now, I'm living in a slightly rundown basement with some of my best friends in the entire world. I have disposable income again, and I like Mario. I like the idea of Mario. The silliness and joy of it all. I love it. I have little to compare it to, but other people have said as much, so it seems like it's a good Mario Party game. But to me, I don't think it really matters. It feels like picking up a Mario spin-off on the Wii and having a great time with it, even if I was too young to know why it wasn't good. But this time, I'm glad I'm playing it because of Mario. Thanks for watching. This is Super Mario Makes Me Sad. No, Super Mario Makes Me Glad. Take one.